what I got kids for.
Well, I don't have them.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening for our Village of Alsip board meeting. Today is November 19th, 2018. We'll call this meeting order at 7:30. We have our office supervisor, Erica O'Donnell, is going to sit in this evening for the village clerk, for Sue Petzel, and I'll need a motion to have Erica sit as pro tem clerk for this evening. Can I have somebody make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Well, second.
Well, thanks.
Thank you.
No way, Jose.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And can you call the roll, though, please?
Yes. Trustee McGrill is absent. Trustee DeZell is absent. Trustee Zielinski.
Here.
Trustee Juarez.
Here.
Trustee McGlawhorn.
Here.
Trustee Murphy.
Here.
Mayor Ryan.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, officers' reports, starting with myself. On your agendas this evening, number 1 on the agenda was the approval to have all monthly payments paid administratively through an auto pay program, which will be qualified and operated under the direction of the finance director. All village trustees to still review and approve invoices for said monthly payments each month. Scope of payees to include, but not limited to, but I just want to give everybody an outline. Oakland 911 Dispatch, Alta Construction Company, AT&T, Call 1, City of Chicago Water Department, Comcast, ComEd, First Communications, Constellation Energy, Leaf Copier, Nicor, Proven Capital of Delage Landon, Santander Bank, we'll say it as one word, Santander Bank, U.S. Bank, and Verizon Wireless. I outlined the following, the aforementioned, I should say, because these are typical, what we consider typical monthly bills that have either been negotiated or, as I said, typical monthly bills for service to the village. And again, I explained at the last committee meeting that this would help in the event to expedite checks in a timely fashion and hopefully eliminate any interruption or service. Next I had on the agenda was the approval to authorize the Village of Alsip department heads to have procurement credit cards with an established policy designating guidelines that will be applied to all eligible card holders. This policy defines the village's expectations, appropriate usages, procedures, and security of any credit card issued on behalf of the village. Also, card holders are responsible for ensuring that they adhere to the village credit card policy, thereby taking the appropriate measures to minimize the risk of fraudulent or corrupt credit card use by the following personnel: Police Chief Jay Miller, Fire Chief Tom Szynski, Public Works Superintendent Mike Frater, Water Commissioner Dan Triven, Building Commissioner Roger Early, and certainly the village clerk can defer to either the building or water departments should they have a need to use the card as well. And I want to thank, I did attach a policy that HR put together to the packet this evening, trustees, and I want to thank Trustee McGlawhorn. She gave me an additional one from her company that your folks utilize. That's a good program. It's a good 7-pager, and we can pull from that as well too, trustee.
Yeah, the only thing I want to make sure that we have clarified is that use of the credit card does not preclude employees having to submit expense reports.
Exactly.
Expense reports are still required if they are traveling on village business.
Absolutely. Right. Next on the list would be the approval to amend ordinance number 2017-9-3, section 2-394, known as limitations, and remove the word training as follows. No officer or employee may be advanced funds or reimbursed for expenses unless they are to be or are actually incurred by the officer or employee in relation to or in the course of official village business, job or office-related education, attendance or participation at any event or function as a representative or agent of the village, or such other matters as may be pre-approved by the corporate authorities. No advance or reimbursement in excess of the amounts set forth in Section 3-372, which is actually what the board has, just to break it down, folks, that's a breakdown of what we allow for overnight stays and meals and so forth, shall be made to any officer or employee without the approval of the corporate authorities by a separate roll call vote. No advance or reimbursement in any amount shall be made to the mayor or any trustee without the approval of the corporate authorities by a separate roll call vote. So we all follow the same rules.
I have one correction to that, Mayor.
Sure.
The correct section in line 1 should be 2-373.
Okay, 373?
Yes.
Okay.
Not 394.
94, okay.
2-373?
2-373. And that's for the ordinance we passed.
You know, trustee, I want to, I actually copied this from our ordinance book,
Show it to 'em.
and, you have it? Okay. I took it offline, I should say, not from the
Yeah,
book.
see, it's right here. This is the actual ordinance that we passed.
Okay,
And so there's your section number.
okay, thanks, Chris. Yeah, I saw 394 for some reason. Okay.
They might have renumbered it when they
Could-
codified it.
Could have been when they codified it, right.
Yeah.
And that's all I had for right now. I got some other matters I'll bring up under communications. So we had the clerk's report, Clerk O'Donnell?
That sounds weird. We have the presentation and approval of the November 5th, 2018 Board of Trustee meeting minutes. Approval to have Clerk Petzel and Erica O'Donnell attend the South and West Suburban Municipal Clerks Dinner December 6th at a cost not to exceed $60. The approval of the October 2018 FOIA report, and the approval of the board and committee meeting schedule for calendar year 2019. That's all.
Very good, thank you. Attorney's report, we have Vince Kankar with us this evening.
Where's my agenda?
Our agenda, please.
No, actually, no report except for the ordinances which are on the other agenda.
Ordinance legislation, okay. All right, thank you. The engineer's report, Will?
I have a request for approval to award the 2018 MWRD I&I cleaning and televising bid to the lowest responsible bidder, Michaels Corporation, in the amount of $110,716.75. And that's all I have.
Thanks, Will. Will, we said, when's that going to take place? Next spring? Or are they going to do it
They can
soon?
actually work as long as the sewer's
What?
still flowing.
Yeah,
so
okay,
Not frozen.
okay.
So.
Very good, thanks. Excuse me. We've reached the public forum. Would anyone in the audience wish to address the board this evening? No one? All right, thank you. Standing committee reports. Finance Committee, Trustee McLaurin.
All right, first I have a request for approval of a list of payroll dated November 9th, 2018, totaling $394,928.37. Next, I have a request for approval of accounts payable dated November 19th, 2018. General Fund, $625,026.64. Road and Bridge, $130,830.37. MFT, $2,509.63. Pulaski Road Corridor TIF, $127,610.13. 2017 bond, $780,900 for the governmental funds portion only. 2015 bond, $572,250 for the governmental funds portion only. Water and sewer, $924,693.33. Heritage, $23,004.50, for a grand total all funds of $3,186,824.60. That's all I have under finance.
All right, thank you. How about the fire report, Trustee McLaurin?
Under fire, I have a request for approval of the October 2018 Fire Prevention Bureau monthly report. I also have a request for approval of holiday pay in the amount of $40,900.72 per the collective bargaining contract. I also have a request for approval to pay the first half of the shift commander, assistant shift commander pay in the amount of $2,187.50 per the collective bargaining contract. And finally, I have a request for approval to pay the educational stipend of $10,080, also per the collective bargaining agreement. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. The Police Committee report, Trustee Murphy?
No report this evening.
All right. How about the Public Work and Boat Launch, Trustee Juarez?
No report.
The Building Committee, Trustee Zelinski?
No report this evening, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Sewer and Water Committee?
Murphy or Zelinski?
No report tonight, Mayor.
Then we have the License Committee, Trustee Juarez?
I have a request for approval of a list of licenses dated October 29th through November 9th, 2018. That's all.
All right, thank you. The Economic Development Report, Trustee Murphy?
I have approval of the October 2019 monthly activity report. That should actually be 2018.
Right.
Sorry, I got a little carried away.
And that's all I have, sir.
I had a good meeting today with Roger Hopkins, and nothing that you don't know already, but we did clarify a couple of matters that are going to be coming up pretty soon. They are going to start working. They have an engineer working on that parking lot for at 115th and Pulaski.
Chanowski?
Yeah. So he's asked them to keep the ball moving on that. And so
Will they start this calendar year or next?
probably next, because of the fact that asphalt and so forth won't be available this late in the season.
Okay.
So, yeah. Next would be the Planning and Zoning Committee, Trustee Zelinski.
No report this evening.
I did see on the way out, just about an hour ago, I saw the Commissioner Graycheck, and they've got a hearing next week, right?
Yeah, the 28th, 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
There's a gentleman or a family that's looking to get an oversized garage.
He said he's actually working with legal and the building department. Roger's not here this evening. That part of it might not be necessary, but I think the other one is. I'm not sure about the other one too, with the storage facility. He's going to be talking about that one too.
Okay, I'm not aware of that one
Okay,
yet.
I'll find out. Yeah. The Special Committee reports, Village Properties, Trustee McGlohan.
No report this evening, Mayor.
The Insurance Committee, Trustee.
Trustees Murphy or Trustee McGlaughlin?
No report this evening.
All right. Ordinance and Legislation, Trustee Murphy.
I have approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip approving the renewal of Class 6B assessment status for the real estate identified by pins 24-28-202-015-000, 24-28-400-077-000, and 2428-400-078-000, TSP Alsip LLC. And next I have approval of an ordinance authorizing an agreement of the Village of Alsip with TSP Alsip LLC with respect to the property located at 5100 West 123rd Street, Alsip, Illinois, identified as pins 24-28, 202-015-000, 24-28-400-077-000, and 24-28-400-078-000. And that's all I have.
Anything to stretch out that report with a couple of zeros, huh?
You know,
So,
I wish my checkbook looked like that.
Yeah. Thank you, trustee. The IT report committee
Trustee McGuahorn?
No report.
and the HR committee, committee?
Trustees Murphy or Juarez?
No report.
Health and pollution, trustee Murphy.
I have no report this evening.
All right, thank you. How about traffic safety committee?
I have
Trustees-
no official report this evening. However, I have a question for the attorney. Is it possible to, in light of, and it seems to be abundant everywhere these days, with vehicles passing school buses when they shouldn't be, is there a way to enact a municipal ordinance on top of the already state statutes to, I guess, enhance the penalties for such an act?
Well, the penalty is pretty severe right now. The penalty requires a court appearance. If you get caught passing a school bus, you have to go to court. You cannot pay that ticket off early. So, and when you get to court, it's probably one of the only tickets that the judges really hammer on, that and speeding in a school zone. So, you can make it fine whenever you want, but unfortunately, court costs these days are like $207 costs. So when the judge finds somebody even $100, they have to pay another $207, and none of that $207, except maybe a buck or two, goes to the village. So you could, but being realistic, even if you set a minimum fine, it's not going to happen. I don't know how else to say it. It's just not going to happen.
I mean, because it seems to be something that has become an epidemic everywhere.
Well, the police just got to be stopping them, then, that's all. I mean, they got to set up over here on 123rd or whatever they do and just pull them all over. If they're in such a rush, they might as well put 10 of them in line and give them 10. One guy will handle 10 tickets. They won't do it again.
But it's funny you bring that up, too. Just a few weeks ago here, I got an email from a family who I just met at an ice cream social over at Hazel Green School. Just met this family, and they live over in the apartments on Route 83, right near Nick's Barbecue. And I guess they got little ones. They walk the kids out to the bus every day. The bus stops on Route 83 to pick the kids up. And here, a driver actually shot between the bus and the curb where the kids were standing. Now the kids refuse to get, they're so freaked out over this thing, now the kids won't get on the bus on their own, and the parents physically have to place their kids on the bus because now they're pretty much traumatized over what's going on. So we've got the police sitting out on 83, keeping an eye out. I mean, not just that area, but we've identified what times that bus stops there and so forth. But to think that somebody had the nerve to actually run the shoulder to get around the bus was just amazing. And now the kids are freaked out about the whole thing, as they should be.
They sent you that video, didn't they? Is that the one that they recorded that?
Trustee, you saw that, right. They actually somehow clipped off a picture of the thing, too, at the same time. The guy was pretty fast about it and stuff, too. So, but thanks for bringing it up, trustee. Yeah. Certainly, if we can do more, I mean, by all means, bring it forward, like the attorney said. Trustees, any communications, petitions, or presentations? I had a few announcements I wanted to make very quickly. We got a small handful here. First, I want to ask everyone to please keep the victims in your prayer from this evening's shooting over in Mercy Hospital. The attorney and I were just talking about it, just catching this before the meeting. They actually had 4 people were shot, 2 people died, including the shooter, and there was a Chicago policeman that was actually shot. And the bullet actually hit him right in the gun. The bullet's lodged into the side, hit him right in the hip, lodged into the side of his gun. And the second policeman's in the hospital getting looked at. So certainly our prayers go out to them. Please keep them in your thoughts. Next was I'm very happy for the Alsip Falcon Widget Division football champs. I guess they won their division over the weekend, the championship. And I spoke to the coach a little while ago. We're going to acknowledge that team here at our December 3rd board meeting, and we'll bring in the widget team and obviously congratulate them on their accomplishment. Next, I have the tree lighting we do at the Village Hall every year will be at our next board meeting. December 3rd. That'll be actually at 6 o'clock at night. And we'll have the Girl Scouts here, right, Becky? They're going to be doing that. Okay, they sing Christmas carols and so forth. We'll have hot chocolate and cookies here. Also, trustees, I did get a real nice report from Karen Bonema last week on the training class we sent her to for their fraud training. She said it was very, very informative, and certainly we're going to try and implement a few ideas that she came back with. We also, I got a notice this evening that at Eisenhower High School is having a pancake breakfast at the school December 8th from 7 in the morning till noon. This benefits Dwight D. Eisenhower's music programs, and tickets are $6 in advance, $8 at the door. And also, I wanted to just share something with everyone real quick. Police Chief Miller's not here this evening, but that he put out a real informative, I sent everybody a copy earlier, he put out a real informative email just outlining some of the programs that the police department has implemented recently. I'd like to share this for the record real quick, though, too, is the police department recently implemented the Citizens Police Academy. He says, we recently concluded our first Citizens Police Academy. The class consisted of 20 individuals all from our community. The academy was 10 weeks long. Citizens were given a behind-the-scenes look at police operations in the hopes they would have a better understanding of what we do. Topics included evidence processing, collection, criminal investigations, tactical investigations, traffic stops, media, crime prevention, 911 dispatch, and courtroom testimony. In addition to thanking each of these citizens for their participation, the chief wants to thank several of his own officers for conducting the presentations, as well as the Oak Lawn Regional Communications and the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. Next, I had suggested this to the chief, and we found an officer willing to take on this training, was for a truck enforcement program. This program was proposed, and Officer Jake Thompson, several months ago, he completed his training in mid-October, just last month. Our community is inundated with truck traffic, and most Alsip roadways are designed for residential traffic and smaller commercial vehicles. The average 80,000-pound Freightliner causes the same wear and tear on the highway as a 9,600-pound car. Imagine what kind of damage they do when they're overweight or driving down the streets. They're not designed for those kind of weights. Officer Thompson is our new truck enforcement program officer, and he's doing a fantastic job, obviously holding both drivers and freight accountable for their trucking going through town. Next, we just recently, trustees, we approved that Force-on-Force simulator. The Force-on-Force simulator was installed November 15th. Big thank you to Brian Massari, our IT manager. It contains over 600 different scenarios. The officers will be placed in stressful situations and will need to make decisions based upon the actions of the offender. Officers will have to attempt, if possible, to de-escalate the situation or determine what type of force is necessary in the situation. The system allows for a laser-operated taser, pepper spray, firearm, or a rifle. Decision-making under stress is critical training for our officers. Again, great piece of equipment, and I want to thank all the trustees for approving that. They happen to a good piece of equipment that you helped him with. The DEA task force, thanks again to a lot of fortunate circumstances and networking opportunities that we've finally been able to send an officer to the DEA task force. This team will consist of 4 DEA agents and 4 task force officers. Drugs affect every community and lead to crime and violence. Being close to several highways, the city of Chicago, and having numerous hotels and motels, including storage facilities, as well as numerous trucking businesses, we make our town attractive to those involved in the trafficking of narcotics. While the task force will not work exclusively in Alsip, we will have access to resources should we have something that is too involved and we need additional help to assess the issue. Assets seized from this program will be used to increase the training, education, and technologies of our officers in agency which have been lacking for some time. Also, again, as a reminder, we're going to have the K-9 program coming back. We've posted for the position of K-9 handler, and we'll be interviewing candidates in the next few weeks. The training is scheduled to take place in March 2019. Having this program is not only a great resource to our officers, it is also a valuable resource to coincide with the DA task force and is a huge public relations tool for us to positively interact with our community. Last is the Smart 911. In the next few months, the dispatch center will implement this program. Smart 911 will replace Code Red, which is our reverse 911 system. Smart 911 has a reverse 911 feature, but also allows residents to sign up for weather alerts and other emergency notifications. Smart 911 will allow our residents to enter information about their loved ones. For example, if an elderly person suffers from a medical issue like Alzheimer's or something a loved one can enter the information into the system with an emergency contact info and a photo of the person with the medical issue. Parents can enter their children's info and photo. This will have time and allow our responders to be more effective in trying to locate the person should they wander off. An email will be sent to the person who created the file every 6 months and prompt them for updates. Should the person not log back into the system after the 6-month mark, the information is purged from the system. So again, we appreciate the report from the chief. And I certainly responded back to him thanking him and his command staff for certainly not being complacent, as these programs that they pursued will certainly benefit everyone, and we're going to acknowledge them at a future meeting then too. So nice job by the police department. And I wanted to just have a quick update. Becky, we've got yourself and Erica are working on Holiday on Pulaski. Do you want to give a quick overview of what you're doing?
Okay, it's our 6th annual holiday in Pulaski. It is Friday, December 7th, from 5:30 to 9. It's going to have a lot of new things this year, too. As far as not doing the laser light show, this year we're going to be doing a lighted snow globe with pictures inside and magic show, too. We still have the little people, cartoon characters, carriage rides, which are everyone's favorites, the lighting of the tree, high school band concerts, and heated activity tent for the kids, and a lot of the other businesses from 115th to 120th in Pulaski are all going to be involved.
Nice.
So
I heard this is the first year the library's going to get involved too, right?
Yes, and the library is open until 9 o'clock as well.
Nice. Thank you. Trustees, do you wish to remove anything from the consent agenda?
Motion to establish the consent agenda?
Second.
Okay, roll call number 2 to establish the consent agenda. Trustee McGrail is absent. Trustee DeZell is absent. Trustee Zelinski.
Yes, you're going to correct the letter C. When that Trustee McClawhorn said was 373.
I was going to do that before we do the final
Okay,
vote on
then
it.
yes.
Trustee Juarez.
We'll make sure it's the right section, because we're going to have to do an ordinance for it anyway.
All right.
So we know what the intent is, yes.
Trustee McGlawhorn.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Second.
Thank you. Filling in information that we will look into item number C to clarify if it is section 2-394 versus 373. Also filling in letter O will be known as ordinance 2018-11-3. Letter P, ordinance will be now known as 2018-11-4. Roll call number 3 to approve the consent agenda as presented. Trustee McGrail is absent. Trustee DeZell is absent. Trustee Zelinski.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez.
Yes.
Trustee McGlawhorn.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Trustees, any unfinished business? Any new business? Can I get a motion then to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Thank you very much. We'll adjourn this meeting then at 8 o'clock. And I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. And enjoy your holiday weekend, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Hope everything goes well.